Goeiemiddag graad 12, welkom by ons klas, weer oor algemene oplossings. Dit is hersiening van graad 11 werk, baie belangrike graad 11 werk, they always ask these ones. So, concentrate very well. Kom ons sê net middag vir Lucy, Lucy is baie stil, sy vra nie, ek mis regtig my graad 12 klas. Let's go to this one, we've got a sin on both sides. So when we've got exactly the same trig on both sides, then it's not necessary to use your calculator to get a reference angle. So you find your reference angle on the right hand side and that angle is your reference angle. Verwysingshoek in hierdie geval is dan gelyk aan alpha minus 30 grade. So from there you can immediately jump to your quadrants. So let's see in what quadrants will the sinus curve be positive. Sinus is in die eerste en in die tweede kwadrant positief. So in ons eerste kwadrant, that's where we're going to work, or in our second quadrant. In our first quadrant, it's 0 degrees plus our reference angle. So we're going to take the angle on the left-hand side and equal it to 0 plus our reference angle. And remember to add k times sinus, so it's going to be 360 degrees. Onthou om k element van z by te skryf. Kom ons vereenvoudig die eerste kwadrant se algemene oplossing. Alpha aan beide kante, as ek hierdie alpha dan na die linkerkant neem, then the answer is 0. So obviously there's no solutions in the first quadrant. No angles valid in the first quadrant. Let's go to the second quadrant. Again, we use our angle. That's the one on the left-hand side. Because it's the second quadrant, it's 180 degrees minus, and now very important, our reference angle must be in brackets. Plus k times 360 degrees and k an element of z. When we remove that bracket, when we start simplifying, the following happens. That minus, because of the brackets, becomes a plus. And when I simplify that, take the alpha to that side of the equals to, the minus alpha becomes a plus alpha. So I've got 2 alpha on this side. And now 180 plus 30 gives me 210. If I take that plus 10 to the side, that side of the equals to, it's a minus 10. So it's going to be 200 degrees plus k times 360. I can divide everything by 2 to get my alpha angles in the second quadrant and cycle it on as 100 degrees plus k maal 180 grade, want ek deel alles met 2, nie net die 200 grade. Goed, kom ons kyk na ons tweede voorbeeld. Ek het 'n tan en 'n tan, maar die verskil hier is, daar's 'n minus voor die tan. So ek gaan weer eens nie 'n verwysingshoek bepaal met my sakrekenaar nie. I'll find the reference angle over there on the right hand side. My verwysingshoek is alpha plus 20. Nou gaan ek vir myself vra, in watter kwadrante is tan, and now I find the negative. Tan is negatief in my tweede en vierde kwadrant. So my tweede kwadrant of my vierde kwadrant. En dit is wat die negatief bepaal. Die negatief bepaal die kwadrante. In this previous case, there was a positive in front of the sinus, and that's why we checked for the positive sinus quadrants. In hierdie geval soek ons die negatiewe tan kwadrante, en die negatiewe tan kwadrante is die tweede en die vierde kwadrant. So ons doen presies dieselfde. Ons hoek is 3 alpha minus 40. In die tweede kwadrant is dit 180 minus ons verwysingshoek, Baie belangrik, verwysingshoek is nou in hakies. En ons is besig met tan, so dis 180 grade, and remember, k element of z. Let's quickly simplify that. If we remove the brackets of the reference angle, then this becomes a negative. Very important. Minus alpha na hierdie kant van die is gelyk aan, maak dit 4 alpha. Ek het 120 minus 20 wat vir my 160 gee, en as ek hierdie na die ander kant van die is gelyk aan neem word, plus 40, en dit is 200 grade, plus k maal 180 grade. So I'm dividing with 4, and that gives me 50 degrees plus k times 45 degrees, because I'm dividing the 180 by 4 as well. And that is my general solution in my second quadrant. Kom ons gaan kyk na ons algemene oplossing in ons vierde kwadrant. Weereens, my hoek. En in my vierde kwadrant het ek 360 grade. 360 grade minus my verwysingshoek in brackets plus k times 180, and k is an element of z. So if we remove the brackets, that becomes a minus. So now we've got 3 alpha. If we take that to that side, it also becomes a positive to 4 alpha. 360 minus 20 gives you 340, and if you add that, it gives you 380. Plus k times 180, divide by 4, it gives you a 9, 5 degrees plus k times 45 degrees, k element of z. En dit is jou algemene oplossing in jou vierde kwadrant. Goed, graad 12, een laaste voorbeeld, voordat julle bietjie gaan oefen. Hierdie voorbeeld is baie belangrik. Dit word altyd gevra. So kom ons haal diep asem, get some oxygen on your brain and concentrate very well. Jy kan die video gerus meer as 1 keer bestudeer en seker maak dat ons hierdie mooi onder die knie het. Wat hierdie en anders maak as die vorige is, I've got a cosinus on the left hand side, and now instead of a cosinus on the right hand side as well, I've got a sinus function. Maar ons weet dat kos en sin kofunksies is van mekaar. So I can change the right hand side to the same in value by using my very handy cofunctions. My kofunksies gee my die vermoë om weer eens wiskundig te manipuleer sodat ek nog steeds sin 2 alfa aan hierdie kant het. Maar it's got another look. It's that girl going to the matric farewell, the same girl that wears school clothes to school. The same girl, but 2 different looks. If I change sin to the cos of 90 minus, it's the same thing as the sinus of 2 alpha. Hierdie en daardie is identies dieselfde ding, graad 12, want onthou julle kofunksies, cos van 90 min is sin. Daardie en daardie is identies. Hierdie is Sunny tydens die matriekafskeid. En hierdie is Sunny in haar skoolklere. Kan julle sien? Skaars herkenbaar. Bly nog steeds Sunny. Nou is ons terug soos by die vorige som. Ons het weer eens 'n verwysingshoek. I'm gonna pick the right hand side angle as my reference angle, and now I'm going to ask myself, in watter kwadrant is cos positief? Cos is positief in die eerste en in die vierde kwadrant. So I'm going to pick my quadrants. First quadrant or fourth quadrant. Now again, my angle. In the first quadrant, 0 plus reference angle. And now it's cosinus, so it's plus K360, K element of Z. Fourth quadrant, my angle. Now I've got 360 minus my reference angle. Remember, it must be in brackets. Because when I remove the brackets, like this, that guy becomes a positive plus K times 360 K element of Z. Now we can simplify on both sides. Got an alpha minus 2 alpha gives me 3 alpha on this side. I've got a 90, and if I take that to that side, it becomes a minus 30. That gives me 60 plus K times 360. Ek kan deel met 3 orals en ek het 20 grade plus K maal 120 grade K element van Z. Beautiful. Let's simplify the fourth quadrant. I've got a 2 alpha and now I've got an alpha on that side. To keep the angles positive, or it's better to take this alpha to this side. But this is going to be awkward because this part doesn't suit them. So I'm going to take it to this side and I'm going to make it negative. Minus 2 alpha on this side will give me minus 1 alpha. I'm going to take this 30 degrees to that side, it becomes a minus. So 360 grade minus 90 gee vir my 270, minus 30 gee vir my 240 grade aan hierdie kant, plus K maal 360 grade. En nou om van die minus ontslae te raak, I'm dividing with the minus all over the place to get minus 240 degrees minus K times 360 degrees, K an element of Z. And that's my general solution in my fourth quadrant. Very easy if you just know exactly what to do. Dankie Graad 12, sien uit om julle môre weer te sien. Lekker dag.